In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on January 25th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Xavier versus Connecticut. The UConn Huskies play host to the Xavier Musketeers as the Huskies look to regain their early season momentum. Xavier ranks first in the Big East and is coming off a high-scoring affair in which they beat Georgetown. The Musketeers have now allowed 80 or more in 3 of their last 5 games. Xavier was led in scoring by Zach Fremantle, who had 30 points and 11 rebounds. Colby Jones had a nice bounce-back game after shooting poorly in the loss to DePaul. He finished with 20. UConn was able to grab a convincing win after dropping 3 straight. The Huskies beat Butler by 20 and dominated wire to wire. Jordan Hawkins led the team with 20 points. The Musketeers are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 road games and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Huskies are 9-3-1 against the spread in their last 13 home games and 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games overall. The over is 19-7-1 in Musketeers' last 27 overall. The over is 36-17 in Huskies' last 53 home games. The home team is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. The Xavier Musketeers look like national contenders, while the Huskies have been disappointing in conference play. Xavier has won all but 1 Big East game this season, while the Huskies have been poor, dropping 5 out of their last 7 games. Furthermore, Xavier continues to dazzle offensively. They have netted at least 80 points in 6 out of their last 7 games and are averaging 118 points per 100 possessions compared to 117 by UConn. The Huskies' defense has been shaky in conference action. They surrendered 80 points against Xavier in the first meeting and over 80 in recent losses against Marquette and St. John's. Xavier has not only been the best team in the Big East this season, they're one of the best teams in the country, and they have a chance to come into stores and send another message to the country with a strong effort here. UConn has been very shaky since the start of Big East play, and they're in a prove-it spot if you ask me. Xavier has been the better squad this season, and I like spotting them the points for this Big East battle. So the Xavier Musketeers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Xavier is one of the faster teams in the country and are one of the fastest teams in Big East play. UConn hasn't been a team that dictates pace, and I expect them to run with the Musketeers in this one. Xavier has been great offensively, and their defense has left something to be desired at oftentimes this season. UConn has also shown their defense lapses, as they have allowed over 80 points in 2 of their last 4 games. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Northwestern versus Nebraska. Big Ten action continues on Wednesday night when the Northwestern Wildcats travel to take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Northwestern is coming off a 66-63 home win over Wisconsin on Monday, covering the spread as a 2-point favorite. Nebraska just lost a road game at Penn State 76-65, failing to cover as 8.5-point dogs. This is the only matchup between the conference opponents this season. Last year, Northwestern beat Nebraska twice, including in the Big Ten tournament. Nebraska is 8-1 against the spread in their last 10 games on Wednesday. The over is 4-0 in Northwestern's last 4 games. The under is 9-1 in Nebraska's last 11 home games. The over is 4-1 in Northwestern's last 5 road games. The Wildcats have won 8 of their last 11 games. They aren't very good offensively, but they play better at home, where they are scoring more than 69 points per game. They've taken advantage of their opportunities at the charity stripe, making over 74% of their free throws. They are very aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring opportunities, and they don't turn the ball over a lot. The Cornhuskers usually play well defensively, but they struggled in recent games, giving up at least 73 points in 5 of their last 6 games, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the Wildcats in this game. The Cornhuskers have lost 4 of their last 6 games. They aren't very good offensively, but they play better at home, where they are scoring more than 71 points per game. They have struggled at the charity stripe, making less than 70% of their free throws. They don't rebound the ball as well as the Wildcats and won't get a lot of extra scoring chances against them. They've also been careless with the ball, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Wildcats, who average more than 10 steals per game on the road. With Northwestern holding opponents under 65 points per game on the road, the Cornhuskers will struggle offensively in this game. So the Northwestern Wildcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Nebraska plays at one of the slowest tempos in the nation, ranking 267th in pace of play statistics. They also just lost two of their top contributors, which may cause them to slow down even more while looking for the right shot. Northwestern also plays slow, ranking 234th in tempo. Nebraska has hit the under in 8 of their last 10 games, and Northwestern has only scored in the 60s in 2 of their last 4 games. These trends will continue on Wednesday as Nebraska is still trying to figure out their new rotations due to injuries, and Northwestern is playing on only one-day break due to rescheduling. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Georgia versus Tennessee. A pair of teams from the Southeastern Conference take the floor in the Volunteer State looking to earn a conference victory. The Georgia Bulldogs are on the road as they make the trip to face the number 4 Tennessee Volunteers Wednesday night. Georgia battled but fell 85-82 at home to Vanderbilt in their previous game Saturday afternoon, losing outright as a 4-point favorite. Tennessee cruised to a 77-56 road win over LSU in their previous game Saturday, covering the line as an 11-point favorite. In the all-time series between the teams, the Volunteers own a 77-51 advantage and have won the last 2 meetings. That includes a 75-68 road win in the most recent meeting on March 1, 2022. The Bulldogs are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 Wednesday games and 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. The Volunteers are 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 home games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 Wednesday games. The over is 5-2 in Bulldogs' last 7 overall. The over is 5-1 in Volunteers' last 6 overall. The home team is 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 meetings. These two teams are both led by their defense. That tends to mean lower scoring games, which makes it harder to cover large spreads. That may be a large part of why Georgia has covered in 8 of their last 9 contests against Tennessee. The Bulldogs have also been impressing in recent weeks overall, going 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. It's going to be hard for them to get the win straight up, but the combination of highly rated defense and the ability to draw free throws should help keep them in this game long enough to secure the cover. Tennessee is ranked 254th in opponents' free throw attempts per field goal attempt, which bodes well for the Bulldogs. The Tennessee Volunteers are the better team, obviously, and have the horses to blow the doors off, but Georgia has been decent in its own right and loses by an average of just 1 point as an underdog. The Georgia Bulldogs are a well above average defensive team, and this line is a tad bit disrespectful, honestly. While Tennessee will likely end up winning, I believe that this game will be much closer than the odds makers are counting on. So the Georgia Bulldogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. On the season, the Bulldogs have seen the over post a 10-9 mark in their 19 games with a posted total this season. Georgia is 118th in offensive efficiency, but they turn the ball over quite a bit. The Bulldogs are 273rd in turnover percentage by coughing the ball up on 20% of their possessions this season. Georgia is 176th in tempo with 67.4 possessions a night this season. Tennessee has stayed under the number in 10 of their 19 games this season. The Volunteers are a stellar first in defensive efficiency, first in effective field goal percentage defense, 9th in turnover percentage, and 6th in steal percentage this season. Tennessee is an average team in tempo as they are 202nd with 67 possessions per contest. The Volunteers' defense clamps down here, and that keeps this game below the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.